to improve their effectiveness or augment their playstyle. For example, Blackfield Magma Artillery for the Fire Slayers, aka Volcano Cannons, because Fire Slayers don't have a hell of a lot of range. It could be pretty cool, I guess, something like that. So I kind of get where he's coming from.
That sounds like some Chaos Dwarf stuff to me.
It does sound quite Chaos Dwarf-esque. They must have infiltrated the Fire Slayers, maybe, but I can't see them doing that. But I get where you're coming from, Mobile Suit, on that one. I'll come off the back of what you said there, because we've said in a previous thing that we've done for a similar question, Fire Slayers, I'd love to see cavalry level Magmadroths. It's just sort of an in-between unit for Fire Slayers. They need more unit choice anyway. I think that's a nice middle point. Gives them another thing to kind of flank, a bit more speed. Cavalry Magmadroths. Very quickly, demons in general for Age of Sigmar. I'd love to see more variety for demons, specifically not mortal units. For demons, if you want to run a demon-specific army, there's not a hell of a lot of variety anymore. They're taking away some of the older models. I'm wondering whether they might bring up some new stuff again. We'll have to wait and see. So I would like to see some more variety, especially I'm considering Nurgle maybe later this year, demons. I'd like to see them maybe get some fun range stuff. That could be quite cool.
Nurgle Plague Toads back again.
Yes, Ben. Yes. Plague Toads. Let's bring back the Plague
Toads. They were really cool models.
They were cool. And I don't think they ever brought them, sadly, across from Forge World, did they?
No, they were a Forge World resin unit. But that's not a problem. I mean, there's plenty of armies that have got, cool Forge World stuff.
And like they've done with Old World, there's no reason why they couldn't just even bring back the Forge World models, just bring them into the new plastic. Why not? The only last one I had on my little list was just kind of a fun one, because I think the new Troggoth armies and the models are so gorgeous, but obviously there's slim variety. But there's so many cool ideas you could do with Troggoths, especially to give them that more kind of tactical advantage on the battlefield. I came up with the idea of giving them, how it's all like mushroom based with Troggoths. Give them mushroom terrain pieces or endless spells or something like that, where you could have different mushrooms that cause different aura abilities to affect your opponent's armies that you can just bring up on the battlefield. Just a fun idea that I had for Troggoth army. So that was kind of a little different one to bring in, I suppose.
For Troggoths, they could absolutely just steal from Privateer Press.
Yeah.
So trolls, obviously, in both Age of Sigmar and Warhammer the Old World, regenerate. If things get, lopped off them, they just grow the arm back or whatever. Anyone who's played Hordes in Privateer Press know that the Troll Bloods have the same ability. They can regenerate. Except in their case, sometimes what happens is the lopped off bits also regenerate. So you end up with things like these little kind of, I think they're called whelps or something. These little tiny trolls, which have got like one huge foot, for example. Cool. Because it's the lopped off foot that has then grown a tiny troll out of the rest of it. And, you get things like, a troll with like a giant arm and then a tiny troll attached to it. But just imagine, therefore, if you had a whole army of like troll offcuts that have grown back as smaller versions of the troll with the one remaining large bit. Just steal it whole scale from Troll Bloods. Import it into a Troggoth army. That would be really cool.
That'd be awesome. Ben, do you have any ideas for things?
I had, a couple of them. So two things that I'd like to see. Sylvaneth need more ranged combat. They are sorely lacking in ranged combat. I mean, they've got the little flyers with bows, but that's pretty much it. They need a battle line level infantry unit armed with bows, and it's just now. Literally, we've already got tree spirits. Just do a unit of tree spirits with bows. So you've got the option for trees with tree spirits with melee weapons, tree spirits with bows. Not a huge, difficult one to do, but that would make a big difference to the way I think Sylvaneth play at the moment, because they are very much you have to get into combat army. Now, you've got a lot of stuff to help you get into combat, but you have to get into combat.
Yeah.
You can't, if you've got an opponent if you're fighting against someone who's got massed bow fire, you're basically stuffed, because they can just sit at the far side of the board and pelt you with arrows or whatever their army's equivalent is, whilst you slog your way across the board to them or try and teleport out of the nearest tree at them. The other one I'd like to see is Nighthaunt, I think, need a mid-level unit. So much like a lot of armies, like, again, Sylvaneth, you've got infantry, larger, monstrous kind of infantry. Fleshy decor, you've got the infantry, the ghouls, but you've then got the larger, like the crypt horrors and the crypt flayers and stuff. Nighthaunt don't have that level. Almost everything in Nighthaunt is just low-level infantry level. And yeah, that's fine. It makes for a cool swarm of ghosts army. But I think they need something a bit bigger to fill that kind of larger 40mm round base level of units.
I get that.
I think that would change the way they play a little bit as well, which would be quite cool.
Yeah, I can see that. I get where you're coming from there. That could be pretty interesting. Sai, any ideas?
Yeah, Aurochs, I think they need some sort of screening unit, don't they? They can just go and die. I can't remember if it was Pointy or Tom that said that as well. They don't really have anything.
Well, they used to use goblins before goblins ran off and had their own army book.
So I don't know what you'd have or what you'd put in, but I mean, I think they could use some sort of screening unit.
Snotlings.
And then
like Snotlings, Grots, something like that.
Yeah, and the other one I was thinking of, and it's perhaps not so much would improve their effectiveness, but it could just offer a new dimension. Is Caradron only really have, don't they, the Arcanaut Company as infantry, and then you've got your grunts, your got the call now, not Thundrix Profiteers, that's the Warhammer Underworld's Warband.
The privateer ones.
Yeah, the 5-man squad.
Thunderers or something like that, I think, is like the more elite one.
Grunstock.
Thunderers. Yeah, Grunstock Thunderers.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't think of the word. And then, because the only other choices really is taking gun haulers.
So
I know, obviously, it's sky dwarfs. That's what you want to be taking. But I think they could just do with another foot slogging unit. And maybe it could be the Copper Hats. Remember the guys who enforce the code, like the police from the Caradron? They've been awesome units. You just add in for a little bit of variety because they haven't really had anything, have they? They've had the limited edition Arcanaut Admiral. They've had an Endrim Master, I think, in a dirigible suit.
The guy with the big stack of code.
And the code right, yeah, the code right. The guy who reads all the books and tells you off. That's it. So I think just the Copper Hats or something like that just had a little bit of variety to the Caradron. And maybe I'm a bit biased because that's my army.
No, that'd be pretty cool. That your main one, and so if that's fine, then
that and something for the Aurochs, like a screening unit they could maybe do with.
Of course, yeah, the Aurochs. I've said that one, so yeah, no, that's awesome. I think we've got a nice mix actually across the alliances as well, actually, so that's quite good. But of course, guys,
more variety, Chaos Dwarfs.
That's another one that comes up. We're so old, Hammer. It's unreal. It's like bring back everything good from the. But it's true.
What else with bows?
Yeah, just add Chaos Dwarfs to every dwarf faction, because why not? But yeah, guys, as always, we love with these kind of community questions for you guys because I usually cut up these and obviously put them into smaller videos for you guys to get involved with. Leave us comments down below. Let us know what units or heroes, whatever you think, or terrain pieces like I mentioned, you think could be added into factions for Age of Sigmar 4th edition that would improve their effectiveness in different areas, or maybe just give them a different dimension, as Mobile Suit Gundad asked. Let us know. We'd be interested to see those. Thanks for watching this clip. Please do like, comment and subscribe to Morehammer here, and check out the full weekly Warhammer podcast that this clip came from right here. And as always, happy wargaming.